Ladies and gentlemen, it is another Tuesday, which means it is time for another Let's Talk Tuesdays. My name is BrendenPlayz, and I am a sick BrendenPlayz right now. But since I am a beast, and everyone likes to call me the beast, well, I like to call myself the beast, but I have overcome this little cold that I've been given, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Past few days have been pretty rough. I felt like I was dying, but I'm okay. It's just nothing serious, but should be fine to make videos from now on, and we should be fine to get Let's Talk Tuesdays out for you guys today. So before we get into today's video, I got a couple things I want to get off my chest, and first of all, I want to do a little bit of a plug. The plug is for the Fantasy Football League that will be hosted over on the BrendenPlayz.com forums. Now, if you like fantasy football, get on there, because one of the moderators on my forum will be hosting that. I think it's on the ESPN website. I don't know. I don't know anything about fucking NFL football, but I'm going to do it anyway. So let's get in there. I think we need another 6 or 7 people to join up to the Fantasy Football League. It'll be fun. Let's do it. Second of all, of course, that'll be in the link in the description, how to sign up there. Second of all, I'm thinking about doing kind of like random gameplays for Let's Talk Tuesdays, so playing whatever game that, you know, whatever, but instead of just, you know, wrestling only. So if you want to see some different games and you got any ideas and suggestions on what games you'd like to see in Let's Talk Tuesdays, let me know, because I got a ton of games I can play. I can spice it up every week, rather than seeing some random ass boring gameplay from W2K14. I know that's what we're kind of talking about, but I'll still be talking about wrestling, but just over a different backdrop, something different, something new, and something to keep me sane. So if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing, please let me know in the comment section down below. Plus, give me some games you'd like to suggest. Now, let's get on to today's questions. We've got a few from Cophead Jake today, but his first one is, did you become interested in Gold and Stardust when they turn heel? Do you think they will be winning the tag team titles soon enough? Probably Night of Champions. I think you're probably right. I actually was surprised they didn't win it tonight, but a good decision, I guess, in hindsight, to wait to the pay-per-view to have the match, which is what they should be doing. And look, the heel turn, I'm okay with it. I don't like them, so for me, they're already heels to me, because I don't care for them. So I think it kind of works out. I mean, you know, the turn itself was pretty cool. You know, they just got frustrated, and they realized, look, this is our one and only shot, and you guys got counted out. You know, we deserve another opportunity. They're not going to give it to us. Well, we'll take it from them. You know, we'll take the opportunity. We'll demand it. We'll make sure they give us another opportunity. So the way they did it, I actually thought that was pretty cool. In terms of them winning the tag team titles, I think it's pretty likely that they'll win the titles down the line. The Usos, in my opinion, have been pretty lackluster in the past few months as tag champions. Not because of it's not their fault, it's because they have nobody to face. You know, the WWE has no tag teams right now, like we've discussed over the past few weeks and here in LTT. But it's really just kind of sad, the tag team division right now. So what are we going to call them? You know, the Dust Brothers, you know, the Cosmic Key, whatever I don't know, the Cosmic Tag Team, I don't know. What's their name? I don't even know if they have a name yet, but Goldust and Stardust, I think, will be the tag team champions next. I thought it was going to be the Wyatt Family, but we're going to get into the Wyatt Family later on. Jesus Christ, that's a terrible situation right there. But yeah, don't be surprised if the brothers do win the tag team titles. I think that'd be pretty cool to see them, even though they're really kind of weird and creepy, which I think it's pretty cool. That, you know, Cody Rhodes, you know, his transition to Stardust, I didn't like it at first. I still probably don't like it now, but it's growing on me, and I think this is just kind of keeping Goldust around. I think everyone really wants to see these guys split and have a match one day, so hopefully they do get the feud that we've all been waiting for. But for now, them being tag champs again, well, you know, it's not the worst. So it could be, you know, you think about it, it could be a lot worse. We could have Los Matadors as champion or something like that. So just think about it like that. It could be worse. So them being champions, yeah, okay, I'm expecting it. And Jake's second question for today, do you think it was a good decision to make Bray Wyatt be dominated by John Cena, probably making him look weak? Well, probably is a bit of an understatement. Bray Wyatt, Jesus Christ, what are they doing to the Wyatt family? Luke Harper taps out to the STF or whatever. Bray Wyatt was looking like a little bitch out there against John Cena. What are they doing to the Wyatt family? Is Vince McMahon frustrated at the Wyatts that they're not getting over or something? I mean, they were over as hell, you know, they were doing fantastic until they met John Cena. John Cena is a cancer to any young and upcoming talent. If they're not an established main event talent already, then once they meet John Cena, that's it. You know, they're done. Ryback, not quite established yet, breaking his way into the main event threshold, and then he met John Cena. Look at him now. Rusev, expect him to meet John Cena soon. He's going to end up in the same place. Trust me, it's not pretty. John Cena needs to keep away from these guys. I know, you know, John Cena didn't have to win the feud against the Wyatts, you know, against Bray Wyatt. Obviously, in hindsight, in the end, he probably had to, because he's going to face Lesnar for the title, which makes sense, cool. But Bray Wyatt, he was doing so well with Jericho, just getting himself back on track, and then they book him like this. Why? I don't understand why they did that. John Cena doesn't need... I don't even know why John Cena wrestled this week. I mean, he should have just been... He should have had his neck in a brace or something and, like, selling his injuries. But he walked out there after taking the biggest beating of his life at SummerSlam like nothing ever happened to him. He looked fine. He didn't even act like he was injured. Didn't even walk like, you know, he was a bit sore. No, he just walked out there like nothing ever happened. And then he beat Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family like nothing ever happened. So, you know, I guess the storyline, the match itself, like Cena kind of, you know, showing his angry side and, you know, doing German suplexes and things like that, I actually thought that was pretty cool. The story of the match was cool, but, you know, doing it to the Wyatt family, don't think it really needed to happen to Bray. And the Wyatts, as a whole family, are really struggling. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, they're getting bitched out every week to the Big Show and Mark Henry, when it should be the other way around. So the WWE really kind of makes me scratch my head and go, what the fuck are they thinking sometimes? But hey, you know, there may be the light at the end of the tunnel. Who knows? But for now, it's not looking pretty if you're a Wyatt family fan, and I am one. And yeah, it's tough times. The next question is from Linda Nichols. Brendan, if Reigns gets the title, how long do you think he will hold it for? And how long do you think Ziggler will hold the IC title? Well, I think Reigns will probably win the title at Wrestlemania 31. I think that's pretty much a given, and I think that's a good decision. I think that's exactly what they should be doing, building towards the future, which is fine. It's great to see. It's something they've needed to be doing, and hopefully Reigns can deliver. I think if Reigns gets the championship belt, he's going to hold it probably for the rest of 2015. I think he may lose it at WrestleMania 32. I don't know. I don't think he'll hold it for a year, but unless he gets injured or anything like that, he's going to have a really long title reign. I'm kind of thinking back to Batista or John Cena title reign from 2005 to 2006, that kind of length. It's a very similar situation to what they were doing then, kind of passing the torch, and I think that's exactly what they're going to be doing here with Roman Reigns, but this time Brock Lesnar will be losing to Roman Reigns, hopefully, at WrestleMania. The second part of your question, Dolph Ziggler, I think, is a transitional champion. I think he's going to hold the championship belt until Bad News Barrett comes back. So I think Bad News Barrett is scheduled to come back at late November to December, from what I've heard. So will he hold it till then? I think it's likely, but you never know. He may lose it to someone else, or maybe The Miz may win it back, and then maybe Ziggler might win it back. It could be something like that, but I think Ziggler is not really in WWE's long-term plans to be pushed as a champion. I think just for the time being, he's going to hold the title until somebody they really are looking to push in Bad News Barrett comes back from injury. Callum Webster, with rumors that Roman Reigns will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31, who do you think Brock will face at the pay-per-views leading up to WrestleMania? Well, if Brock Lesnar is going to be champion to WrestleMania 31, which I do hope he is, I see him obviously working Night of Champions against John Cena. I don't think he's going to work Hell in a Cell. I think he's going to skip Hell in a Cell. But he's going to come back for Survivor Series, and he's going to face Batista. And I think that's going to be epic. So I think expect to see him face Batista. Then I think he's going to skip TLC as well and come back and work the Royal Rumble. Maybe against Randy Orton. And I think that would be pretty cool as well. Or it could be the other way around, because we know Orton's got this storyline where he hasn't got his title shot, deserves a title shot, something like that. But I think Orton's kind of, you know, lost a bit of credibility storyline-wise in recent weeks, so they have to build him up quickly. But yeah, obviously Batista, Randy Orton, and then obviously he works the Elimination Chamber and then WrestleMania. So Elimination Chamber, well, who would you put in there? You'd put, I guess, Batista Orton, Cena, Daniel Bryan, and maybe Bray Wyatt. And that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, he worked that, and then he'd win that one, and then he'll go on and face Roman Reigns, who wins the Royal Rumble, and he'll lose at WrestleMania 31. So I expect Lesnar to skip a couple of the minor pay-per-views that he doesn't really need to work. I think he should just work Night of Champions, work Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and then he obviously has to work Elimination Chamber because, you know, the championship is on the line. So yeah, I think that works out pretty well in my opinion, and you know, we get enough of Lesnar without him having to really overuse his dates and kind of enter, you know, kind of work on these meaningless pay-per-views that doesn't really matter. I think he should just work the big events, the big four. Dynamite Jordan 07, he asks, who do you think should be inducted into the 2015 Hall of Fame? Well, I think the front runner, in my opinion, has got to be Sting. He's back in the WWE family, well, for the first time, and he's got a bit of buzz and everything behind him. Sting's got to be the man. Whether or not he'll be the headliner, I don't know. But big rumors that Macho Man Randy Savage will be inducted as well, if they can work a deal out there with his brother or whatever is going on there. I don't really know. But yeah, as well as that, it's pretty hard, you know, to kind of think about anybody else. There's a lot of guys that should be there, and you know, I can't really think of any on the top of my head. But I think the main two I'd like to see is Sting and Macho Man, especially Sting for me. I don't think Undertaker's going to be inducted this year. I think expect maybe Undertaker to be inducted at 32, which will be in Texas, so his hometown, and I think Undertaker's going to work WrestleMania 31 anyways. I don't really like seeing a guy that's still in the company be inducted into the Hall of Fame, unless it's kind of like, you know, it's going to be his last match kind of thing. So Sting and Macho Man would be my two predictions. I'm not going to make any others because it's, you know, who knows. And it's very political, the Hall of Fame, isn't it? So you never know. Unless they're on good terms with the company, they're not going to get in the Hall of Fame, which is kind of shitty, but that's the way I guess it's got to be sometimes. And I just hope Sting and Macho Man, they get in. We have another Hall of Fame question from MathWiz97X. Could you see the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian be inducted into the Hall of Fame as tag teams? Well, I don't see Edge and Christian getting inducted as a tag team. Edge is already in. I see Christian has done enough to get it in the Hall of Fame on his own. I think I discussed this last week or something. Hardy Boys, I see just Jeff getting inducted, honestly. I don't see Matt getting put in. And the Dudley Boys, I see them going in as a tag team. They're the only ones out of these three that I see going in as a tag team. Hardy Boys, maybe. But Edge and Christian, Edge is already in. Christian's done enough in his singles career to warrant a singles induction as well. Whereas Jeff, I think, may have just done enough to get himself singles-wise. Of course, Jeff probably will come back and have another run for another few years anyways. Whereas Matt, nah, Matt sucks. So he's, well, he doesn't suck, but he's not worthy of Hall of Fame, in my opinion. And Dudley Boys, yeah, they deserve to be in there. They're the best tag team I've seen in my era, in my opinion. Will Goss, what's your opinions on part-timers main eventing? Well, obviously Brock Lesnar's the part-timer right now. He's the world champion. Part-timers main eventing, if it's good for business, do it. Honestly, if it's going to make you money, why not? If it's going to draw and sell out arenas, do it. The Rock coming back, big money, big buzz around the media, mainstream media, you know, Hollywood, everyone, oh my god, The Rock's coming back. You know, you get old fans that loved The Rock back in the day, they get interested again. You know, when you get a guy like that coming back for one big match, it's great. Undertaker coming back for a match, fantastic. Sting coming back for a match, hell yeah. You know, if it warrants it, if you know he's going to draw, if it's going to benefit the company, part-timers main eventing, sure, why not? Brock Lesnar being champion, I think, is fantastic. It's really kind of got me hyped for all the pay-per-views now. I just want to see Brock kick some ass, so I'm really happy to see Lesnar on top. Obviously, guys like RVD and Jericho coming in and out, and then you even have, I guess, the Big Show, Henry, Kane to a lesser extent, and even Christian. You know, these guys are old now and they can't really do it full-time, so part-timers, you know, I think certainly have a place in the business, and obviously part-timers are more so legends in the business, and, you know, if they give back and they put over the young guys and do what's right, then I think they deserve a place, and I think part-timers is welcomed. A few quick ones. Callum Webster, do you think superstars like Rusev and Bodell's will be DLC for W2K15 Yes, they will be DLC. They'll be in the game. Whether if they're not in the main roster, they will be DLC. 100%. Guarantee it. That's my guarantee from me to you. Sharon S. What's your favorite pay-per-view? Can't be WrestleMania. It's got to be the Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble is probably my favorite pay-per-view anyways. 30-man Royal Rumble match is always a lot of fun. Legends come back, surprise returns, and it's just so much excitement. You never know who's really going to win the Rumble. Sometimes you do, but it's always, you know, ooh, who's going to win the Rumble this year? Because you know whoever wins the Rumble is main eventing WrestleMania. That's huge. So the match itself is just so exciting, and the Rumble generally always delivers, in my opinion. Jamo, 2011, what are you expecting with a Daniel Bryan return, and how do you think WWE should do it? Well, I think Daniel Bryan's going to come back around February, maybe January, Royal Rumble time, and he'll be back for the road to WrestleMania. So I expect Daniel Bryan to come back. He'll get a lot of emphasis, and I think he'll get a big return, you know, big pop. I think he won't be in the title picture, but I think he'll be a part of the Elimination Chamber match if he's ready. And then I think we'll probably see him versus somebody like, well, I would like to see Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and probably have Daniel Bryan beat Seth Rollins, because I still think Daniel Bryan, you know, he still kind of needs that big victory. But I think, you know, thinking about storyline wise, Brie Bella's still being terrorized by the Authority, and it's kind of moving past that now. But you know, maybe Daniel still wants to get a bit of revenge on the Authority, and you know, maybe he could have Triple H or, you know, have the all the Authority kind of mock Daniel Bryan or something like that. And we've already seen Triple H versus Daniel Bryan, so perhaps Seth Rollins decides he wants to step up and take down Daniel Bryan for Triple H. So WrestleMania, Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. I'd book that. I think it'd be pretty sweet. And I think that'd kind of be like the work rate match, you know, kind of like the show stealer of the night. So that'd be a really good match. So I think that's a really solid WrestleMania match. Give that 20 minutes, yeah. Sounds good to me. Today's final question comes from Cophead Jake. He asks, are you as confused with the Mark Henry situation as I am? Last week, they had him look like he was going to create an effective tag team with the Big Show. Then later in the show, it looked as though he was going to start a singles feud with Rusev. Then this week, nothing happened between Rusev and Henry, but Henry and Big Show saved Cena from the Wyatts, and at the end of the show, possibly feuding with the Wyatts. It's a little confusing for me. It's confusing for me too. It's just WWE's booking right now. Rusev, he needs an opponent. I think Jack Swagger's moving on to Bo Dallas, so WWE needs to decide, are they going to pull the trigger with Mark Henry and Rusev, or are they going to pull the trigger with Big Show and Henry as a tag team taking on the Wyatts? What's your decision? From what I saw on Raw, it looks as though they're going to go the tag team route, which I think is fine, and kind of makes me wonder what the hell they're going to do with Rusev. Maybe bring someone else in to kind of feud with him. I think that would work, but I don't know, man. What the fuck? What is WWE doing anyways? You know, like, who knows? They're doing a lot of stupid things nowadays. I wish I could give you an answer, but I don't have one. So that'll do it from me from today's edition of a very sickly Let's Talk Tuesdays. Hope you guys could bear with me for today's episode. Should be fun for next week, but more videos are coming your way soon. I know I've been a bit slack, obviously, and you guys have been wanting Universe Mode. I'm going to pump out the Universe Mode. Also have the Survivor Series pay-per-view for GM Mode coming out soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. As well as that, join the Fantasy Football League for BrendenPlayz.com forums. That'll be pretty fun. Looking forward to playing you guys in that. And most of all, make sure you have a great day, and I will see you all next Tuesday.